Today, we have some new features and functions that are part of our business and just a couple of little, what do you call them, Easter eggs, little hidden treasures that we want to share with you. If you want to just listen in for some fun secrets, this is your episode. Welcome to What Could Go Right, a podcast about living boldly on and off the water. I'm Eric Orton.
I'm Emily Orton. On this podcast, we explore adventure, connection, and stepping into a more intentional life. And we don't just talk about it. We invite you to join us on guided sailing trips around the world.
And if you stick around to the end, you'll hear our sailing update where we share where we're going, when, and which trips still have space. And you'll hear a sailing takeaway from somebody who's already come on a trip with us. In 2014, we bootstrapped a year on a fixer-upper sailboat with our 5 kids. We wrote a book about it called 7 at Sea, and that became a New York Times top 10 travel book.
Let's dive in. Awesome. Welcome back to What Could Go Right. I love that you said we had some Easter eggs today, some little secrets and little treasures. I think everybody knows that we will take you sailing. Learn how to sail low pressure, casual, super fun, lots of play. And I think we all know we learn best through playing and doing in a low pressure situation. But it's not just that. We offer other features as well.
If you're new, we do, a dozen plus sailing trips a year to destinations around the world. And it's basically trying out living on a sailboat for a week, and we'll teach you a little bit about sailing. Like Emily said, it's not a certification course. We keep it nice and casual so you can learn as much or as little as you want, but you don't have to be reading a textbook on the boat. You're not going to do a test at the end of the week. You don't have to demonstrate maneuvers throughout, but you do get to try living on a boat, and we go to fun locations all over the world, and we love doing it, and we love having you aboard.
Oh my gosh, when you were saying that, it's just reminding me of how stressed out I felt when we did do the certification classes. We were at a beautiful location and we had fun, but I was so stressed because I knew I'm going to have to do this maneuver in front of everybody. I had my fat textbook with me and my pencils all the time. And I was like, I know there's tests coming at the end of this. I think we did 2 courses at once. So I was actually pretty stressed a lot of the time.
Well,
So this is so gentle.
I talked with a lady this week who said that she went on a sailing class and did the certification thing, and it was like what you said. It was really stressful, and I'm not trying to dog it because we've done it.
Oh,
But
it was a quick way to get those certifications.
she said, I got seasick. I think it was because I kept having to read my book during the week, and it was more work than fun. And we try to do way more fun than work. And so there's a couple things that we've added to what we do that I think are worth mentioning, because we've been at this long enough that we've been trying to gradually improve it. We want to make it as easy and fun and purposeful for you as possible.
And we just want you to feel totally confident.
So one of the things that you can do now, when you book a trip with us, when you're checking out, you can get travel insurance. We've partnered with Trawick Travel Insurance, which is what we started using them during COVID because it was required during COVID. And so we partnered with them then. And now when you check out, it's super seamless. All you got to do is punch in, where you're from, the country, the state, where you're going on your trip. You punch in your birth date because they just need to know health-wise where you're at, in their demographics. And then they give you a number. And that number is for 100% travel reimbursement if the trip gets canceled, or 150% if it's, I forget all the different things, like trip interruption, baggage loss. You get a few $1,000s if your bags get lost. Anyway, it's really great insurance.
It's kind of like cancel for any reason.
Well, that's the next thing.
Oh.
So there's basic travel
Review.
Insurance, and they'll just give you a number, and they'll give you both these numbers at the same time, but you get the option for travel insurance. So your trip is fully protected. If you have a death in the family, if one of your kids gets sick and you can't come, or my best reason we had a couple that was coming and they'd been trying to adopt for years. And then a few weeks before the trip, they found out they were getting twins. So obviously they're scrapping the trip with us to bring these babies into their lives. But,
yeah, that was the best.
But they didn't have travel insurance. And so they had, we arranged for them. It was
a scramble.
Yeah, it was a scramble. And they had some family members come in their place. But it'll cover you for any of that sort of thing. However, there's an option that's included called cancel for any reason. And this was relatively new to me when we started offering it, but cancel for any reason literally means that you could be like, you know what? I'm not in the mood anymore. Or, you know what? Me and the person that I'm traveling with, we got in a fight and I don't want to spend a week on a boat with them anymore. Or whatever. You could probably, you know what? I'm
receiving a prestigious award that week.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the positive.
I'm receiving an Oscar that week, whatever it is. And so you don't want to come as long as you purchase the cancel for any reason within 2 weeks of booking the trip, then it applies. No questions asked. You just get your money back. And it's not that expensive. So just want you to know those two tiers of travel insurance are now available to you. So there's that. Travel insurance gives you peace of mind.
Yeah, I love
And
that.
anything else you think we should say about that before we go to our
I
next?
was just thinking we had one person, who was like, "I don't wanna get the travel insurance because I don't wanna give myself an out. Like, I really wanna make sure I go on
Oh,
this trip, and if I'm on the line for the full balance, then I won't chicken out." I guess it felt like a
like
little
hedging.
a little bit of a bigger adventure for them, and but
So
we try to make it easy and smooth and help you feel confident and kinda be your guide all the way through while you are learning and discovering things for yourself and about yourself.
yeah. So just know getting travel insurance, it's super easy and you can even get the cancel for any reason, which makes it like completely foolproof if something happens. Because strangely enough, not strangely, we're kind of excited. Right now it's April when we're recording. It's April 2026. People are booking trips for December of 2027.
Yeah,
And
we don't have many spots for 2026. I mean, even by the time this airs, we might not have any left.
yeah, but anyway, it's just blowing my mind that people are planning their trips that a year and 8 months in advance. They're starting to fill up, which
Yeah,
is we're
let's
you get a year and over a year and a half to look forward to your trip when you book that far out.
well, and this was great. Maybe this will take us to the next one because I know some of these people who have already booked for late 2027, they wanted to give themselves some time to do some prep work on their side. And
Yes.
we can help with that as well.
So, okay. So the guy said, "Hey, I think I want to do an ASA 101 class." And if you don't know what ASA stands for, that's the American Sailing Association. I see you jump. I see like, Eric,
Yeah,
don't use jargon. Don't
I
use jargon. So the American Sailing Association 101 is the basic keelboat class. You go out in maybe a 15 to 25-foot boat and you learn how to sail a basic small sailboat. And he's like, "I want to do a class before I come so I have some fundamentals down." Nobody has to come having taken any classes. Most of the people that we take out are complete beginners or novices. Every now and then we'll have somebody that has some skills under their belt. And then I just give them more opportunity to take on more responsibility on the boat. And so everybody gets to grow from where they're at. But he wanted to take a class, and I was like, "You're in luck. We have just teamed up with a company, an organization called Nautic Ed, like Nautic Ed, and they're based in Austin, Texas, of all places. And basically, they offer online sailing classes. And if we're going to put a link in the show notes, but right now, I think in our website, if you go to theawesomefactory.nyc/ Nautic Ed, NAUTICED, you can get 2 free online classes. And then if there's anything else there that you want to, bolster your knowledge, your understanding, you can take a few online classes from them. Just do them from home. You don't have to go anywhere. And they also have a network of sailing schools all over the US, quite frankly, all over the world, but we're mostly talking to people in the US. So you can pick a state where you want to go or a place where you want to go learn how to sail, and you can find a sailing school through them and you can get some fundamentals under your belt.
That's true. You can find whoever is closest to where you live all the time, or maybe if you know, hey, we're going to be spending a couple of weeks with my in-laws in Maine, let's look up a class there,
Yeah, I
because you
think
can't learn everything about sailing at home remotely, not on the water, but there is a lot that you
yeah.
can do. I just remember rolling out charts and using the little tools. I can't even remember the name of what they're called. Sorry, everybody. But just doing everything like at home, like the navigation class, that was a lot of desk work. But there's a lot that you can do learning the points of sail and then get the physical experience or get the physical experience and then go back to maybe after your trip, you're like, I'm actually really curious about this. Well, I can't remember all the things that we talked about. Let me take this free class and I'm going to learn the basics.
Yeah, it's true. So, whether it's before or after you come sailing with us, it's a great resource to get some learning, some book learning, and then like this couple that I was talking to, they lived in
It's okay. You don't have to say.
they were somewhere in the Midwest, but they're like, "Oh, like you can always take a class on a lake. Most places have lakes that are big enough to sail on." But they're like, "You know what? We're going to be in North Carolina, so I'm going to look for a sailing school in North Carolina." Great.
Yeah, because
Great.
We have
So
a lake near us or a reservoir near us that I was so surprised to see some of those basic keelboat classes were being offered, and I hadn't thought of
out
it
out here
because
in the Rocky
yeah,
Mountains.
because we're in a landlocked state in the mountains. It's, like, near closer to the ski resorts,
Yeah,
but there it
you're
is.
like it's the Park City Sailing Club.
Yeah.
So you're like looking out at ski slopes while you're sailing. It's pretty amazing. We love it. So yeah, if you go to our website /Nautic Ed, you can get some online classes. And then if you want to do a little bit of on the water learning, Nautic Ed has a network of sailing schools, certainly around the US, but also around the world where you can go and take some beginner classes.
And I will say if you decide to pay for some of their classes or then we're affiliates, we will receive a small fee, and we are legally required to disclose that.
There you go.
So,
Emily's keeping us straight.
keeping the rules, guys.
She's really good at that. Anyway, so yeah, if you decide to take the classes, um, it's a good resource, and
I
then
think we make 100% on the free classes. Like, of the $0
yeah, of the
that you
$0,
spend,
we get
we get
no, we get
100%. Oh,
99%. We get
99% of the
90%.
$0.
Yeah, that's it. And they get 1% of the zero. That's how we've agreed to do it. Um, what else? What else were some
Well, we
Easter eggs?
wanted to say a lot of times we'll get questions either before when we send out a packing list, like, hey, here are the kind of things
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
find most useful. And then a lot of times when we're out there, or especially when Eric is out there, people will say, wait, those pants are perfect for sailing. Where did you get those lightweight? I can still feel the breeze, but I don't get sunburned. Or your thin zip up hoodie, or like the best sun and wind protective chapstick of not chapstick, that's a brand, but like lip balm of your life that actually tastes good, the sunglasses, like whatever it is. We have done this a lot, and we've figured out a lot of products that are really useful and that work. And we always share, like, oh, here's where I got it or that. So we decided to actually create an affiliate page where you can go to theawesomefactory.nyc/shop. It's still under construction, adding pictures and products ongoing, but it's a new thing that we offer. You're like, no, I want to get exactly the face mask that you use and recommend. Great. Make it easy. Come to our shop and click on all our favorite travel adventure gear.
Yeah, it's going to be our favorite snorkel mask, our favorite dry bag, favorite sun hoodie, favorite sun pants.
I'm telling you, this lip
Um,
balm is amazing.
Emily's favorite lip balm.
I know you
Guess
don't
who
use
doesn't
it.
use lip balm? Guess who's going to the dermatologist next month as well? Because guess who else doesn't use sunscreen?
We'll put our favorite sunscreens,
Um,
mine.
favorite luggage, the kinds of luggage that we think are good for these trips. So
Even, like, if you love the stand-up paddleboarding, we can recommend a good stand-up travel paddleboard. And, even, like, these are great books to read if you wanna feed that adventure mindset. It'll have a gamut.
yeah, so it's basically just all of our favorites, all of our favorite products that we use personally and that we recommend if you want to go down this path at all. And some stuff you might already have and you don't need it at all, or if you're like, you know what, I really want to get that pair of sunglasses that Eric wears.
I have the perfect travel backpack that's so easy to slip your laptop in and out of if you don't have the TSA or global entry.
I have to tell you, I'm still shopping for the perfect sunglasses. I go through 4 or 5 pairs of sunglasses a year
Come on, I think it's been 6 this
because
year.
okay, all right, because I break them
Or you
or
leave them
lose
at the
them, and
airport.
so I think I should just start a sunglass company and manufacture them for myself so that I always have a supply. Anyway, we're just going to share some of our favorites with you. So to recap, one, if you decide to come sailing with us and we're a fit, it's easy to get travel insurance all the way up to cancel for any reason. Two, if you want to learn before or after online or on the water, we've got a source of good information for you. And you can also, the other thing I'll say about Nautic Ed is you can get certifications that will allow you to skipper on your own. And we
Mhm.
have more and more people that have come sailing with us that are now out there skippering. It's super fun for me when I'm out on a trip and I'm sharing an anchorage with somebody that's gone sailing with us, or I'm on the ferry back to catch my plane and I run into somebody who's like, "Hey, I'm out here with my friends, and
Like,
I
I
was,
got certified.
they all want to meet you." And so anyway, so Nautic Ed is a good source for that. And then our favorite products that we use, whether you're sailing with us or not, just our favorites for life on the water and on the go and expanding your minds for what kind of adventures are possible for you.
Yeah, I would say it's not for everybody, but out of 7 billion people, you might be one of those who want to learn how to sail or know what it's like to live on a sailboat. And if that's you and you're up for a little adventure,
We want to help.
Yeah, we want to help. We want to make it easy.
What could go right? Hey there, before we wrap up, I want to give you the sailing update. Lots of new things happening in 2026 or sold out. So I'm going to tell you what's going on with 2027. Basically, 2027, we're going to go to the BVI in January. In March, we're going to be in the Bahamas. And not sure if it's going to be the Exumas or the Abacos yet, but just stay tuned for that. April, we'll be in Mexico, Sea of Cortez. May, we're going to be in Bora Bora. So if you want to fly to Tahiti, French Polynesia, and sail Bora Bora, we're going to be going there for the first time in a long, long time. So that's going to be a fun trip. June, we're in Italy. July, we're in Greece. August, we're in Croatia. September, we're in Italy. We're going to go to a second trip to Greece in September as well. And then November of 2027, we're back in the British Virgin Islands. And December, we're in the Bahamas again. So that's the lowdown for 2027. If you want to learn more about any of these trips or get the details, visit theawesomefactory.nyc/sailing. Click to sign up for a time to talk with our team, with me, and we'll get your questions answered and hopefully welcome you aboard.
We can talk about trips all day, but it's more fun to hear from someone who's been aboard. Here's a recent guest takeaway.
That the one thing I probably was most worried about is not knowing what the plan was before getting here, because I'm like, I know when we're going to do everything and what we're going to do and everything. An itinerary, yeah. Out the window. And honestly, it worked out like perfectly. It was everything we wanted to do, and we got to do everything one wanted to do that was on my list, and everyone got along, and no one fought about what we were going to do every day, and it worked out really well. Yeah. Happy surprise would probably be just how easily it was for me to let go of that need to have a plan, because even when we would get to a port, I wouldn't know like what we're going to do at that port, or if everyone's going to want to do the same thing. But even when I didn't end up, my expectations weren't like met by what I thought we would do, it was still fun, and we still had a great time, and we still did a lot of fun things and saw a lot of cool stuff. So that was really fun. The advice I would say is to definitely go on this cruise and do that, because there's nothing to be afraid of as far as the ocean, or as far as safety, as far as being seasick. Never had any worries or concerns as we were going on this trip, and there was something to do no matter what you were interested in. So if you wanted to learn how to sail, you could do that. If you want to read a book on the deck, you could do that. If you want to go on to shore and walk the towns, you could do that. So something for everybody.